The year is 1936, and something has gone horribly, or wonderfully, depending on who you ask, wrong. Yugoslavia didn't just unify the Balkans, it absorbed them. Romania, Bulgaria, Greece, Albania, over into Italy, and even up into Hungary and Austria, all under one flag. Some may even call it a Huge-oslavia.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
And with a power like this rising in the heart of Europe, the world won't just change, it just might never recover. You know that there is only one way to find out what's going to happen. That is to turn it on up to speed 5 and unpause. But before we unpause, what do you guys think is going to happen? I think this is definitely going to make things pretty interesting, to say the least. Power base wise, I think they're roughly in line with like France or maybe early Germany. So that could be pretty cool. I think we're definitely going to be seeing some interesting border changes. That's for sure. Well, you know, aside from the existing border changes, those are definitely a thing. Oh, and I released the Italian colonial stuff because, you know, they aren't going to be needing it. Obviously, they begin unaligned here in 1936, but we'll see how things go with this. I'm sure Road to 56 adds quite a bit of interesting stuff that we normally wouldn't expect to see in a regular vanilla game. But yeah, I definitely think this is going to be a good one. Oh, and I was mistaken. So I didn't give them cores originally, and I thought that they were going to be right in line with France, but no, they're way more powerful than France. They're incredibly powerful, actually. Okay, this is going to get way more better than I thought it was going to originally. They definitely like the guns. 32 factories on guns is crazy, bro. Could you imagine 32 factories on guns producing 90 a day, and it's like 2 months in? They also got a lot of planes, a lot of support equipment. This is, whew, I like this. They may actually be competitive. I was thinking that they were going to have some issues, but we'll see. Oh yeah, they have 4+ lines of construction. That is absolutely wild. They really are a Huge-oslavia. Is it Huge-oslavia or Huge-oslavia? What do you guys think? Spanish Civil War popped off. Don't think that's going to affect Yugoslavia. Oh yeah, they are getting lots and lots of artillery. I think they're going to have pretty good offensive units. Oh, okay. So the Soviets have decided to justify manually on these guys. I'm not sure what that's all about. They're for Bessarabia. Oh, wouldn't they just go with their focus? That's definitely a choice. The numbers are fairly even, I think. Maybe the Russians have more, but don't they have to deal with their purges and stuff? I don't actually know. I never really touched them much after their rework a few patches ago, but that's definitely going to be an interesting one. It's a pretty small front, but if they can crack them open, it's a pretty big front. Soviets have 1.1 million in the field, and that is over double, or almost double, what the Yugoslavs have. So we'll see how things go with that. That's definitely going to add a wrench to their plans, though. We've got the Regional Defense Council of Aragon popping out over here. But aside from that, we are still just kind of sitting around and waiting, because this is almost done. Just a couple of months, and it looks like the Ruskies are going to attack the Slavs, which is kind of a weird war to kick off when you think about it, considering the fact that, like, you know, East Slavs, South Slavs, makes you think. It's kind of like that meme. It was like Slavs talking about other Slavs that live, 40-minute drive away, and calling them savages and stuff like that. Only I guess in this case, it's like, you know, a few 100 miles, but it's still the same sort of meme. You know what I mean? Oh, no. Just a couple of days. I don't know. Who do you guys got? Oh my gosh, it kicked off instantly. All right. And the numbers are already astronomically high by the looks of it. We'll see. Lots of red, lots of green. So it's going to probably take a few minutes for those front lines to go out. But for some reason, we've got a French commune. What the world? Okay, so we have a French commune. Either way, the Soviets are in war with a lot of people. The French joined, and that includes all of their puppets by the looks of it. They're all collaboration government. Okay, that's definitely a war. That is definitely a war. And we're like a year and a half in. Oh my goodness, man. Not seeing any major movement yet, but we're probably going to see the lines crack open before too long. Ooh, the Yugoslavs have pushed across the river here. Is this the Danube? No, this is probably the Danube, right? Man, I swear I know the map. Which one is the freaking Danube? Danube is right here. Yeah, this is the Danube. I know some stuff, I promise. Yo, any of my Moldavian bros in chat, what is this river called? Let me know. Either way, these guys are absolutely dominating, actually. This is quite the salient. I like to see it. Don't see any men from the French coming over just yet, but I imagine they will. And yeah, casualties are pretty insane. Apparently the French are losing men, quite a lot of them. But the Russians and the Yugoslavs are taking the brunt of it. It actually looks like the Yugoslavs are pushing the Russians back in a few points, which is so cool. I love this. What a strange war. That does not make any sense to me. That factory number is insane. Oh my gosh. And they're still on partial mob. That is crazy. Ruskies are on war economy. Makes sense. Yeah, they dug in, man. Dug in. These are hills, to be fair. So some plains, but a lot of hills on the borders over here. Actually, the Russians have pushed over, and it looks like they have taken their land back. So it has swung back in favor of the Russians. Losses are super high on both sides. That's nuts. I wonder what that means about the Germans. What are the Germans going to do then? Oh my gosh, hold on. We got a civil war going on. The Kingdom of Yugoslavia. What? Oh, no. These guys are doomed. Oh no, they're doomed. And what's going on over here? The Karlists have popped down. They're actually having a really good run at it. Oh my gosh. All right, I like Hearts of Iron. The more I play it, the more I enjoy it. Oh yeah, looks like the fascists are gonna come out on top over here. Though it's kind of funny that these guys that broke free are also at war with the Russians by the looks of it. No, they're not. I don't know. But the Russians are getting like encircled over here. Oh my goodness, this is insanity, bro. The fascists joined the Comintern, of course, naturally, right? But yeah, not looking so good. Lots of losses, and they also have quite a bit of a process towards capitulation. They still have a lot of land, and they are seemingly holding out. Lots of green bubbles, but they look like they're on their way out. Oh my gosh, the stability and the war support of the Russians is actually quite low, though. Yeah, that is definitely not gonna do them good. Okay, so maybe there is a chance. It's hard to say. And I kind of can't believe it, but it looks like the Yugoslavs are actually pushing back the brown guys that popped loose, even with the help of the Russians. And they are seemingly doing good, splitting some of their old land with the French, apparently. So the Kingdom of Yugoslavia, with their capital in Rome, is being pushed back by the looks of it. They're not looking so hot. Lots of boys up in the north, and we've got the Kingdom of Yugoslavia taking a bunch of their land. Goodness gracious. And they even pushed them back, bro. The borders are like the same they were before on Bessarabia. Oh my gosh. I respect that. I totally respect that. Oh, here we go. We are pushing them back, bro. The Yugoslavs are pushing them back. They're pushing towards Kiev. Oh, these losses are so nuts. How has the French lost 200,000? I can't believe this. And keep in mind, these guys literally just ate Czechoslovakia. The Germans have so much more to go. Though I'm curious what's going to happen with no Italy to help them. They're definitely going to be weaker. Yeah, I don't know, man. It definitely looks like the Russians are losing this. They've got very few men on the front line. I don't know what's going on with this, but the Yugoslavs are getting a lot of green bubbles here and there. They're kind of having a standoff right now. But the bubbles that I am seeing are basically always green for these guys. They're just pushing them back a little bit at a time. And we have finally hit 1 million for both the Soviets as well as the Yugoslavs, with surprisingly a lot of Frenchmen still dying in this war. One that I had actually no idea they would even join. Still don't know how this happened. But yeah, we've got Communist France. Rest in peace to the 4 Tanatuvan People's Republic men who've died. Casualties of a war that had literally nothing to do with them. And the 30 Mongolians, rip those guys as well. But yeah, it actually looks like the Russians are losing. And the Slovak state has just been set up. And apparently the Ruthenian state has been set up over here as well. So something to keep an eye on. Meanwhile, Danziger War is about to pop off. So we're going to see the Germans get involved in some way. We'll see what way, because obviously the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact is not as relevant this time around. Oh, we've got a new contender in this war. The Republic of Turkey has gotten involved as well, joining the Russians. What in the world? So they're part of the Comintern as well. Okay, this is definitely an interesting development. I wonder why they would join. Maybe they just felt like they were being threatened or something. I don't know. Yep, the Germans are marching on Warsaw, and meanwhile, the Yugoslavs are marching on Kharkov and pushing towards Minsk and Sevastopol. So interesting timeline. Lots of green bubbles for them. Lots of green bubbles. So Yugoslavia is fighting on a very long front. I'm surprised that they're actually holding back these guys, because I'm sure there's quite a bit of push going on over here in Thrace. And the Sicily has been taken over by these guys. It looks like there's just not enough like combat within this area. They're not even trying to push. Oh, and Germany is releasing a bunch of general government protectorate Bohemen. So that's pretty cool. Oh no. Yo, the Germans attacked as well. What in the world? Okay, these guys are cooked. They're so cooked. The French didn't even have men on the Maginot. They didn't even have men on the Maginot. This is absolutely atrocious. What are you doing, bro? Okay, I talked about this being a short front line in Bessarabia. This is this is not a small front line. This is not at all a small front line. And so it does look like the Yugoslavs go out with not a bang, but a whimper. I don't see them coming back against Germany, especially a big, strong Germany like this. Front lines have definitely stabilized. There's a lot less red, a lot more green. And meanwhile, the Yugoslavs are continuing to push into Russia. And if they could capitulate them, that would be a big boon for them. Though I gotta say, it might be the funniest thing I've ever seen in this game. The German Reich on the same side as the Union of Soviet Socialist Republic, Axis and Comintern, fighting alongside each other against the Allies. Could you imagine, bro? Oh, and the UK did join, and apparently the French did a naval invasion in northern Russia. This just keeps on getting better and better. Shout out the Polish Republic popping out over here. Love to see that. And interestingly enough, we're seeing the fascist Yugoslavs pushing these guys north over here in southern Italy. So that's pretty interesting. These fronts are so big. It is crazy how many men we're seeing fighting here. Like, just look at the losses, bro. Oh my goodness. The Germans have already up to almost 500,000, and they joined not even 6 months ago, bro. The Polish Republic is pushing back. It looks like we have some breakthrough in Germany, some paratroopers getting bonked over here. And yeah, I can't believe it, but it looks like the Germans bit off a bit more than they can chew. The Polish are taking back their lands, and it looks like the Yugoslavs are slowly pushing them back. Though we'll see how things go. And meanwhile, the blue tide continues to push through Russia, and it looks like Stalingrad is about to fall as well. No naval invasions planned yet by the UK because, you know, why would they be useful? They don't need to be. They've got the French and the Yugoslavs to handle everything for them. Though they are planning one naval invasion from, you know, Hong Kong to go all the way around and land in Laponia or Karelia or whatever this region is called. Gotta love the Paradox AI, man. Meanwhile, the Yugoslavs have pushed across the Dardanelles and they are now into Anatolia alongside their friends of the French pushing back over here in Syria. So, yep, it looks like the Yugoslavs are actually going to come out on top in basically every war that they had, which, to be honest, I thought they were going to lose to the Russians, and then I definitely thought they were going to lose to the Germans. But after a few short years, they are seemingly coming out very much on top. And there you go. That is one peace deal. The Russian Democratic Federal Republic over here with the Kingdom of Yugoslavia annexing a large portion of their land, including all the land over here in Mongolia, and for some reason, Pakistan. They got Pakistan too. And with all their boys rushing back over to the front line here, it is only a matter of time before they win. And also very funny to see everybody's part of the Allies now. It's all allies, except for the US. They're still uninvolved. And as the casualties continue to mount, with the Germans hitting 900 and the Kingdom of the Yugoslavs not too far behind them, Berlin falls and Germany, the German Reich rather, falls as well. Of course, we now have the Federal Republic of Germany, as well as the Federal Republic of Germany, the Federal Republic of Germany, and then of course, the Federal Republic of Germany, and an independent Ruthenian state over here in like the Carpathian Mountains, because why not? Poland back on the map, and it looks like we are finally at peace, with Anatolia getting split between the French and the Yugoslavs. Alexander Kerensky over here, the Russian Democratic Federal Republic, at war with Poland, I guess. Why not? I don't think that's going to work for him though. But I don't know how much of that chaos was Road to 56 or how much of it was just from, you know, Yugoslavia owning everything in the region. But that was a lot of fun. And if you enjoyed a Hugeoslavia run, make sure you leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel because there's plenty more of these fun sort of scenarios to come. Leave a comment down below if you have a fun scenario in mind. I absolutely would love to hear that. And I appreciate you making it to the end of this one. I'll see you next time.